Millions of people boat on Georgia's lakes every summer, enjoying the calm waters and the sunshine. But right beneath the surface lie the crumbling foundations, submerged roads, and forgotten graves of thousands of people. This is the site of a drowned town called Oscarville. During the Reconstruction era, Oscarville was a thriving agricultural community. Built by Black families, it supported 1,100 residents and featured its own schools and churches. Ghost towns are often associated with dusty movie sets in the desert, but across the American landscape, many communities were actively and abruptly erased. In 1912, white vigilante mobs terrorized the county following false accusations of assault. They burned homes and forced 98% of the Black population to flee in just a few years. Property that had been carefully cultivated for decades was either stolen or entirely abandoned, leaving the town nearly empty. In the 1950s, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers built Buford Dam. The resulting reservoir flooded 38,000 acres, placing the remnants of Oscarville deep under millions of gallons of water. The construction of the dam completed the physical removal of Oscarville, placing a massive lake over a community that had already been broken by social violence. Deep inside the Oconee National Forest, at the end of a remote dirt road, sit the ruins of Skull Shoals. In the early 1800s, this forest was a major industrial center and the site of Georgia's first paper mill. Over 600 people once worked in a 4-story brick textile factory here. The town featured homes, stores, and boarding houses, all powered by the energy of the river rapids. The cotton industry provided Skull Shoals with its immense wealth, but the environmental consequences of that same industry triggered the town's destruction. Upstream cotton farms stripped the land of natural vegetation. Without tree roots holding the soil, the riverbanks destabilize. Massive amounts of silt washed downstream year after year. This mud raised the riverbed, slowly burying the rapids that powered the mills. In 1887, a catastrophic flood overflowed the Choke River and violently covered the entire town in a thick layer of mud. Skull Shoals was buried by the environmental side effects of its own success. Today, only moss-covered chimneys remain as a reminder of how quickly nature reclaims human industry. Some towns don't just disappear into the past, they vanish right in front of us. This is Sparta, Georgia. On the main street, you see grand antebellum mansions worth millions of dollars, yet the sidewalks are silent and the storefronts are empty. Since its founding in 1795, Sparta's economy relied almost entirely on the production of cotton. In the late 1910s, a plague of boll weevils, beetles that destroy cotton crops, wiped out the local plantations. This broke the town's economic engine overnight. Sparta survives as a physical shell, a town hollowed out by economic shifts rather than physical force. This chart compares national economic benchmarks against the reality in Sparta. The average income here is only $22,000 a year, with a poverty rate estimated as high as 50%. You can see symptoms of this decline in residential neighborhoods, where massive school buildings sit completely empty. The demographic data reveals a massive mismatch. While the average age for men in Sparta is 43, for women it is only 24.4. When the primary industry of a town completely disappears, the population is ultimately forced to move elsewhere. Whether resting under a reservoir, hidden in a forest, or standing on a silent street, these towns are a reminder of the thousands of lives lived in places like Hesevsten struck from the map.